information resources, information technology, I'll just tell you about two examples that are related. Experience Music Project. It's a Jimi Hendrix sort of museum thing in Seattle, big deal. And we have gone to that with our group. And one of the things that bothers me about it, or our group about it, is we have a number of students who are deaf that are in the program. And it's all about music, and so they can't access some of it. But there are pieces of it that they could access. They have this little tape recording tour you can take. Get the tape recorder and listen to it, and you go around. They don't provide, at least they haven't last time I was there, wouldn't provide me with a written transcript. I don't like the little earphones and stuff because I'm chatty in a museum. I want to talk to my husband or somebody. I don't want to be listening to this thing. But our students who are deaf aren't able to access it at all. Their response, two different people responded to me when I asked for that and mentioned that we had some students who are deaf. Why would a deaf person want to come here? That's a good question. My response is always saying, I don't know. It really isn't our concern, my concern or yours, why a deaf person would want to come here. But I know they do. But why would you question why someone wanted to come there? Certainly because of their disability. And certainly the history and so forth could be fully accessible. It's not. Even the Microsoft Museum. They have videos in their Microsoft Museum and they're not captioned. I kind of bug them about that too. Each year we bring students to that facility where it isn't fully accessible. So when you look at technology, there are two approaches to access. Just like we talked about accommodations in universal design, if you narrow the scope to technology, for computer access, there's assistive technology. It's kind of like the accommodation thing, and it's not built into the computer. So someone who's blind using speech output technology that will read the screen to them. All the text on the screen, by the way, not the images. And then it's important that we design our web pages, our software, so that it is accessible to people who might be using that speech output technology where the screen readers read to them. Or they might not be able to hear or somehow they have other type of disability. And that's where it's important that we universally design the information technology. So if we design our products to be universally designed, they have more access options and output options, and they're compatible with assistive technology that might be out there. And like other things, the universal design of technology benefits people with disabilities, people with different attention capabilities, situational limitations, such as maybe needing to work in a quiet work environment. Benefits people where the first language is not the one in which the course is taught, because in a class. Benefits people with older technology and different web browsers, and using handheld displays. If you just take a look at one type of technology, and that's a video, and I'm going to show you an example of one in a minute here. And so, what would it mean to universally design a video? Let's say you have videos in your facility. Well, simple ideas, we can add more here, but just to keep it simple. First of all, you do the videotaping with captions in mind. What do you suppose that means? Yes?
There's got to be space.
Yeah, got a little space at the bottom. Some of our video crews doing our videos, I put duct tape at the end of their monitor, the bottom of their monitor, so they'll remember, don't crowd too down toward the bottom of the screen. And what it usually means is when we have people talking in our videos, they're not quite as close up as they are in the traditional video, I'm told. And I can see that too. So that would be, I saw a captioning to illustrate this point, a captioned video of ice skating where, because of the way it was filmed, all the feet were cut off. And that's kind of limits here. You also have large, clear captions. Rather than all capitals, you have upper and lowercase because they're easy to read, make them large. Large enough because just because someone has a hearing impairment doesn't mean they don't have a visual impairment and need the larger pictures. You design it so that the key content is spoken as much as possible or demonstrated. And then you have audio description added for the audio described version where it has extra audio content, maybe speaking the title for someone who can't read the title or hear the title. So, we're going to have a little example of that, but also the content is relevant to what we're talking about. We're just talking about the accessibility of IT. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll bring in some things in the physical environment, but definitely with technology, and the focus is on the workplace.